The coral you're picturing isn't a plant or a rock. It's actually thousands of tiny living animals. Each one is called a polyp. A polyp is a soft creature with a mouth and tentacles. They look like miniature sea anemones, and they're all related to jellyfish. Together, millions of them build the reef you know. So when you see coral, you're seeing a colony, a whole city of animals working as one. Now here's something that touches your own life. Coral reefs produce a huge share of our oxygen. The ocean gives us about half the air we breathe, and reefs are vibrant hotspots within it. So your next breath may have started underwater. Pretty wild to think about. Here's a fact you can almost taste. Many corals get their food from sunlight. They host tiny algae living inside their tissue. Those algae photosynthesize just like a leaf. Then they share the sugar with the coral. The coral is basically a solar-powered animal. And those algae give coral its bright colors too. Speaking of color, let's talk about something heartbreaking. When coral turns white, it's actually starving. We call this coral bleaching. Warm water stresses the coral, so it spits out its colorful algae. Without them, the coral loses its food and color. If the heat continues, the coral dies. That ghostly white you've seen in photos is a warning. It's the reef telling us the water is too hot. Now, picture how slow nature can be. Some coral reefs took millions of years to form. They grow incredibly slowly. Many corals add less than an inch per year. The Great Barrier Reef started growing long ago. We're talking hundreds of thousands of years. So you're looking at one of Earth's oldest living structures. And it's still growing today, very patiently. Here's a number that's hard to imagine. The Great Barrier Reef is visible from space. It stretches over 1,400 miles. That's longer than the entire west coast of the U.S. It's made of nearly 3,000 separate reefs and hundreds of islands dot the system. It's the largest living structure on the planet. No single building or organism comes close. Now think about how crowded the ocean can be. Reefs cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, yet they support around a quarter of all marine species. Fish, turtles, sharks, crabs, and so much more. Millions of species depend on these reefs. It's the most biodiverse habitat in the sea. Imagine a rainforest, but underwater. That's exactly why people call them the rainforests of the ocean. Here's a fact that might surprise your medicine cabinet. Reef creatures help make real medicines. Scientists study reef sponges and corals for new drugs. Some compounds fight cancer. Others ease pain or kill viruses. Treatments for serious illnesses came from the reef. So a tiny sea creature might save a life. Maybe even yours one day. Let's talk about sound for a moment. A healthy reef is surprisingly noisy. If you dive down and listen, it crackles. Snapping shrimp pop their claws constantly. Fish grunt, chirp, and click. It sounds like bacon frying or popcorn popping. Baby fish actually use that sound to find home. They swim toward the noise of a living reef. A silent reef means a dying one. Now here's a romantic mystery of the sea. Once a year, entire reefs spawn at the same time. Corals release eggs and sperm all together. It happens on certain nights after a full moon. The water fills with tiny, colorful bundles. It looks like an underwater snowstorm rising up. This synchronized event covers miles of reef. How they all time it perfectly still amazes scientists. Here's something that protects your feet and your home. Reefs act as natural seawalls. They break the force of incoming waves. This shields coastlines from storms and flooding. Millions of people live safer because of reefs. They protect beaches you might walk on someday. Without them, waves would batter the shore much harder. So reefs guard the land quietly every single day. Now let's connect this to your dinner plate. Reefs feed millions of people around the world. Countless communities rely on reef fish for protein. The fish you eat may have grown on a reef. Healthy reefs mean full nets and full plates. They support jobs, tourism, and entire economies. So a reef thousands of miles away matters to you. Here's one more that shows nature's teamwork. The clownfish and the anemone are best friends. The anemone's sting protects the clownfish from predators. In return, the clownfish keeps the anemone clean. It even chases away hungry fish. Neither could thrive quite so well alone. You've seen this friendship in movies, but it's real, and it happens every day. Let's finish with hope because that matters. Reefs can recover when we give them a chance. Scientists are growing new coral in underwater nurseries. They plant it onto damaged reefs by hand. Cooler, cleaner water helps reefs heal. Even small changes in your life can help. Using less plastic and energy makes a difference. The reef has survived for ages, after all, and with care, it can keep amazing us. If these ocean wonders made you smile, subscribe to BetterNight for more.